Hello and welcome to Trending in My Life. Today I'm on a day trip out of London to Herne Bay. Let's go and explore. It's a very pretty area right outside the station. Grassy, daffodils, and according to the map in the station, any of the roads opposite the station, so you have Pier Avenue, Lincoln, I can't read that one from here, or Station Road, which I'm just about to go to, will lead me to the water. So let's see if it's true. Well, good for Herne Bay with signposting. This is really easy. So I could go through this lovely park, Memorial Park, to the town centre or to the seafront, and I really want to see the sea, so I'm going to head for the seafront first. You can hear the seagulls almost at the seafront though. Yeah, this was really easy to find. Nice little park, get your fish and chips there, right by the water. Okay. Ooh. Okay, it's got a map. See, everything is so easy to find. Wow, that's impressive. The water is a long way away. It's windy. I'm not sure how much that's going to be picked up by the microphone. Okay, it was 9:30 last night when I decided I wanted to do a day trip out of London. I booked this ticket to Herne Bay, not knowing really anything about Herne Bay other than I could get to it within, I think it was an hour and a half it took me to get here, but I did change trains as well. So when I got to the station, I didn't want to Google map it. I just looked at the map in the station and I thought, okay, all the roads opposite the station seem to lead to the water, so that's what I did. It was really easy, and within 5 minutes I found a signpost saying town this way, the seafront this way. That looks like one of those sort of fort things out there. Let's see what the pier's like. This is very clever, look. It's a plane, but it's actually a picnic bench. Isn't that clever? And it's also to mark Amy Johnson, because Herne Bay is where her plane went down. Oh, it says, believe nothing to be impossible, Amy Johnson. Oh, what a lovely sentiment to live by. Yay. And here is her proper poster of her life and what she did. Oh, you can get crabbing nets to try and catch a crab from the pier. So there are rules for crabbing. Have a go at that. Oh, this is interesting. I saw these beach huts from the side, but I didn't realise they were actual shops. Oh, that's really cool. Wow, this stuff is cool. Yeah, this is so lovely, this walkway on the pier, because you're protected from the wind by this panel on the left hand side, and there's all these pictures on the front of the beach huts, and they seem to open up and be little shops. Yeah, so we have more shops here. This is really cool. They're all made out of glass. Look, how cool is that? The next part of the pier has some lovely seating and great views of the water. And then we get into the fun fair with the merry-go-round, the helter-skelter and the bungee jump thing. And you can also get married in a beach hut on the pier. As you can see, boutique ceremonies by the sea. I thought that was cool. I continued on past the helter-skelter, and there's a stage there, so they can obviously have live music. There's some funfair type small rides for little children. There's the bungee jumper. And now we're on to the end of the pier, which is a big area of a woody boardwalk and I was just wandering and looking at the views here, and you could see how the tide was starting to come in, and that was the little blue lookout point. And what I know now is the end of the pier out in the distance before the middle bit from here to there disappeared. So yeah, it's really lovely. It's a great little pier. Okay, let's walk further down the promenade and to the town centre. It's a cool waste paper bin. We seem to have a seafront gardens where there are paths and there are little palm trees. Actually, there are, well, yeah, palm trees grow very big, so I guess those are little. There's the traditional seafront shelter. There you go. Lots of palm trees. I'm planning to walk down to where that tower bit is, and then there's a road that cuts through to the town centre, I think. I also think I can see a statue coming up. This is quite cute, because this is a statue. It looks like a guy sat on the wall, which, like, a million people must do this, sit on the wall. Yeah, look at that. That's really nice. And there's another statue further along, actually. There. Wonderful. And you can see more of, this is called the Coastal Park. And I know that because this says Coastal Park. Oh, it says Coastal Park, Waltrop Gardens. I do love that on seafronts they have binoculars that you can look through. Like any seaside town, Herne Bay has lots of hotels right on the seafront. It's like a tradition of seaside towns, so that you can come down here, stay in your room and have a window that overlooks the water. This sculpture, I'm thinking, because of the goggles and the little bomber jacket and the weird socks and shoes, that this will be Amy Johnson. Yes, there she is. Amy Johnson bronze. That's interesting. These are floodgates, so clearly that water over there can get floody, and they have special floodgates to stop it getting to the road and to the town. Interesting. It looks really, really pretty with lights and trees and stuff. So we'll go through. Oh, this is really pretty. There seems to be a mural area in the middle of painting, and there are people eating, and there's this incredible building, which I'm really impressed with. Yep, let's have a look at the mural that they're painting. Yeah, Herne Bay in bloom, it says. Oh, they've got Amy Johnson's plane in the air, look. That's lovely. I'm really impressed so far. You know, this is a place I've never been to. Let's go. Out the other side. I've walked down onto this little bit. I said I wanted to collect shells while I'm here, and it occurs to me that this part here might actually have some shells in that shingly bit down there. Yeah, so yeah, can you see what I mean? This part coming up looks like it might have some shells in, and it might be my best. Yeah, I can see bits of shell here, look, because look, oh. That's rather pretty. I'd really like to be in bare feet, but there's no chance of that happening, I'm telling you. It's interesting because I'm going to be here till sort of 2ish, and we might see all this with water on. Here, that's what I was looking at. Oh yeah, it's a shame it's broken, but it's still a very nice shell. Those are stuck together. I think we'll pop that one in the bag. Where's my bag? In my pocket. Okay, that one in my pocket. So we seem to have gone. I think these kids ahead are doing the same, collecting shells in a bucket. Yeah, I think there was a better mix of shells where we started. So, or maybe I'm in the wrong place now. I can't, it's very hard to tell. Oh no, I think that's where we started because of those spongy bits. Okay, well you'll be bored by now, so I'll cut this off and show you all my shells at the end. We've reached the clock tower. I imagine there's plenty of couples met under the clock tower. That looks like an old and interesting pub. I immediately think, what did they dive for? What were they looking for? Shipwrecks? Pearls? Perhaps not. It's hardly the South Seas here. I'm walking along the breakwater. Okay, yeah, you have to do it. Yeah, it's coming quite a bit, I think, since I was stood over there. And maybe it'll float those boats before I go home. I think it comes in quite fast, and you do get seaside places where they're tidal and the tide comes in really fast. Okay, here we go. We're going up there. It's 15 steps to the top. This is a good viewpoint for taking photos. I didn't know whether this was like an in-memory bench, but it's the chairman of the Herne Bay Angling Association. I'm going to walk all the way back now to where I get to the clock tower and continue along the seafront and find my way to the town centre. And I'm going to put my camera away, so I put my gloves on because I can't feel my fingers. Okay, see you later. Okay, I'm heading back through the town, hopefully to go in and out of some shops and get a bit warmer, having just come off the breakwater. Fishing must be quite big here because of the fact that there's Herne Bay Angling Association here. And we saw that bench at the end of the breakwater. Let's go and find the town. It's a very dog friendly town, big dogs, small dogs, dogs of every variety being walked along the promenade. Before I cut away from the beach, I just thought I'd take a shot of the other side from where I came in at before I go into the town. This says it's Neptune East Slipway. Interesting store. And it's right opposite the Seaside Museum. And this is the window of the Seaside Museum with beach huts and photos and mugs. There you go. So the Seaside Museum Herne Bay is £4 entry, so really reasonable. It's a nice museum. There's a noodle bar there. You can have your nails done, your hair cut, go to the old-fashioned sweet shop, or buy some county clothes. Clothes shop. Oh look! I did say it's a dog-friendly town. They seem to be selling sort of miscellaneous stuff. Nothing in particular here. Oh, some plants coming up. It's nice displays in that shop. Very spring-like. Doghouse by the Sea shop. That's very old-fashioned but big toy shop because it goes upstairs as well. And maybe it goes next door. Yeah, it's very good. Big church here, and it seems to have an art exhibition inside. Let's go and have a look at the art exhibition. So we're inside the church, and I checked for permission and I can film this organ, which is pretty spectacular. There you go. Oh, I love that seagull on the wall. It's brilliant. This is just in the courtyard by the church, so I've stopped to read it. It's a proper sea today. It's a proper sea today. She's missing and spitting at me, the sea, being sea. She's not messing about, roaring at me. She swipes, grabs at my feet. A reminder, even at the calmest of days, don't forget the power in me. And it's a brain pebble poet, is the author. The market does stretch quite a long way. It's kind of double-sided stalls here. More dogs, look. They have a shoe boutique. Now that's interesting. They have an egg stall. Just sells eggs. I just wanted to show you why I'm not doing a lot of face to camera stuff. Because I look slightly windswept. But yeah, it's me. I'm still exploring the street art. One street over from the pedestrian market street, there's a few little antique shops clustered together. And this one in particular, I like the stuff that they have because it's all so freaky and different. so it appeals to me. I mean, look, I could take a sheep hoe if I had £395 to spare. And look, those are those Michelin men. Very interesting stuff. Yeah, coastal interiors. But look, there's an alligator lamp. Yeah, just weird stuff. I had to cross the road to get a view of this because it says coffee and food to feed the soul, which I thought was lovely. And it's right by coastal interiors. I didn't do any research before I came here about whether Herne Bay has street artists, but clearly they do, because I'm finding these all by accident. Cool. Another nice looking pub. It's near a crossing, which is what you can hear beeping. They have a choice of different cuisines in this part of the street. Chicken, Vietnamese, bubble tea, fish and chips. Excuse the bus. Bakery, Hong Kong takeaway. And over this side, we have a pet shop. Now there's a surprise. It also has a cat cafe on the high street. It's clearly an animal-loving town. This is a footstool, literally. And it's in the window of a foot health shop. This seems to be on the back of the cinema, but pretty impressive. Old-fashioned ice cream van. They call a lot of places emporiums here. Oh, those are funny seagulls. I like those. It's the expression on their face, isn't it? Massive dolls' houses. Those are sort of a speciality thing, aren't they? Briggsy's. Largest antique furniture and collectibles. Certainly attracts the eye with Charlie Chaplin outside. Back at the pier 3 hours later, and as you can see, the tide has come in quite a lot. Let me show you the other side where the boats are now floating. I'm walking along in front of the amusements, and there's a cowboy. There's a donut. It has a mini golf, but it's not open at the moment. But when it is, it costs £6.50. I'm heading for those beach huts. I wanted to have a look at those beach huts. More pretty colours. I like the striped ones. They're kind of traditional. As you can see, they're all locked up for the winter time. Okay, what did I think of Herne Bay? I like it. I like the fact everything was well signposted. I found the sea very easily. There was the pier to go on, breakwater to go on. There's some street art around the place that I found by accident. And there's a small town, a market on Saturday. So yeah, it was good. Thumbs up for me for Herne Bay.